Support WrestleTalk!
Thank you for your support on Patreon, the Beast, Brock Taylor. Hello and welcome to the WrestleTalk Super News. I'm Ollie Davis. We've got a packed show for you today, including how CM Punk made his shock return to wrestling over the weekend, a long-time WWE star leaves the company for AEW, and Dean Ambrose's last night in the WWE with the Shield. Click the timestamps in the video description below to jump to any of those stories right now. And make sure to have a super click party. Super click. Ow. And give us a subscribe, click the thumbs up button, and answer our question of the day down below. How would you fantasy book CM Punk's debut in All Elite Wrestling? Because I'll be replying to people in the comments from out of nowhere. Much like how Luke Harper was replied to from out of nowhere late last week. This is Luke Harper. He debuted on the main WWE roster as part of the Wyatt family all the way back in 2012. But after 7 years of start-stop pushes, injuries, and giant cosplay hammers, Harper decided last week he'd had enough of WWE, publicly asking for his release on Twitter because he wants to continue to grow as a performer and person and continue to make my family proud. His WWE colleagues were quick to wish him well, with Zack Ryder posting, "Thank you, Luke, 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 and a lot more Lukes." Alistair Black tweeting, "You're so goddamn talented and the coolest dude. All the best." And Ali even remembering a time where Harper saved his life. "Thanks for saving my neck that one time. You're an incredible person. All the best, my dude." Luke Harper thought he was safe. But lurking in the comments was Randy Orton, who tweeted from out of nowhere. "In honor of Luke Harper finding himself, I'd like to take a minute to thank him publicly for introducing me to Kendrick Lamar several years ago while highly intoxicated in Europe. Hashtag my left stroke just went viral." He's just got such a way with words. Harper very publicly but very politely asking for his release is an interesting new tactic for performers wanting to get out of their WWE contracts. Vince McMahon's company reportedly doesn't want to be seen as a promotion people want to leave, especially now with a potentially viable future competitor in All Elite Wrestling. But at the same time, for PR reasons, WWE also doesn't want to be seen as a company holding talent hostage. The publicly asking for their release on Twitter tactic was first used by Ty Dillinger in February, which he was soon granted. According to the Wrestling Observer, Harper's release has yet to be approved, but his contract reportedly expires in November, where he could just opt not to re-sign, like a top wrestler who's just left WWE. Last night saw Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins, and Roman Reigns wrestle their last match together as the Shield in their final chapter live special on the WWE Network, which marks Ambrose's last appearance in the company as his contract expires later this month. And who could arguably the greatest WWE faction in recent times go against in their last ever match? The might of Baron Corbin, Bobby Lashley, and Drew McIntyre, of course. Why are you a team?
The pull of Baron Corbin's Midgard Vortex is just too strong!
But what went down in the Shield's final bout? The Shield hit their triple powerbomb on Corbin for Seth Rollins to get the pin after a 14-minute match, where Ambrose then told the crowd in his farewell promo, "If anyone tells you that you can't do something, you march forward and tell them that the Shield said so." Because wrestling is wrestling, though, some fans still believe Ambrose leaving the company is a work. Just all part of a larger pro wrestling storyline. Going by Dean's latest comments, however, it actually seems like he's done with pro wrestling altogether. In a sit-down interview to build up the final chapter special, Ambrose cut off Michael Cole's question about his long-term future, saying, "8 years ago I walked into this casino and now I'm cashing in my chips and I'm walking away from the table. I won the game, and what I do with the rest of my life from here on out is my business. I answer to no one. This time, the $1 Million Man didn't get what he wanted because I can't be bought." Dave Meltzer has expanded on this on Wrestling Observer Radio, saying that while there has been interest in Ambrose from All Elite Wrestling, he's been hearing from people backstage in WWE that Dean is actually retiring from wrestling altogether because he's burnt out, stressing how unhappy he was with WWE's creative direction of his character over the last few years. Ambrose is only 33 though, so there's plenty of time for him to recharge and make his return to wrestling, especially because now, even at 50 years old, there might be a place for you at All Elite Wrestling. As wrestling veteran and Attitude Era standout Goldust has left WWE to join AEW. Despite Dustin Rhodes, Goldust's real name, denying Pro Wrestling Sheet's report from last month that his WWE contract had already expired, his real-life brother and AEW co-executive vice president Cody continued to drop hints that his opponent at May's Double or Nothing would be personal. And now Goldust has posted an official statement announcing he's left WWE. I have requested my release from WWE and it has been granted. I am taking this time to explore some of the many opportunities. Life is too short to not take all the chance you feel driven to take, and I will give this next chapter in my life full focus and effort. I would appreciate your continued support as I turn this page in my life and go wherever this journey may lead me next. And it didn't take too long to find out where that journey would go. As in episode 13 of AEW's Road to Double or Nothing series, it was revealed that Goldust would be facing his real-life brother Cody at the promotion's first official show, with Dustin teasing the match would be one last ride. Or is it? Hinting at a longer-term contract with the new company. As WWE owned the rights to the Goldust character though, Dustin posted a farewell video to his longtime gimmick's costume by packing it away one last time, after debuting it over 2 decades ago in 1995. Gold bodysuits and face paint, lucha masks. There's been a long tradition of costumes transforming people's identities in wrestling, and now we have another one. CM Punk wearing a hoodie in his Shock Wrestling return over the weekend! I'm so excited! Here's footage of what happened at MKE Wrestling show on Friday during the Ace Steel vs. Derek St. Holmes match. A guy hit a GTS to help former CM Punk trainer Steel win. It's obviously CM Punk. Maybe. It's easy to be skeptical, so to better understand this story, it's best we go back to 2016 and an interview Punk gave shortly before his debut fight in the UFC against Mickey Gall.
Do you think that regardless of what federation it was, we'll ever see you in a professional wrestling capacity again?
No, I don't think so. But, you know, it is one of those never say never things. I just like to cover all my bases just so some internet dweeb isn't going to be like, you said you'd never wrestle again. WWE? No, absolutely not. But, you know, you never know. I could pop up here and there. And let me explain that to you even better. Like, it's not going to be anything televised. It's going to be like me in a ninja outfit wrestling one of my buddies, and nobody's ever going to know. So, you know, it's going to be like very Monty Python, so to speak.
I love Monty Python.
Perfect.
And that appears to be exactly what happened. As MKE Wrestling's owner, Silas Young, teased about the spot, last night we held MKE Wrestling at the Knights of Columbus building in West Allis. The place was packed with 350 people. This place has had 25 plus years of wrestling, and is the place a lot of guys started. Guys like Colt Cabana, as well as a Punk, who showed up in a mask last night. Here is some Punk running in a match last night at MKE Wrestling. You never know who's gonna show up at our shows. Former world champions have been stopping in at the last couple of shows. Wrestling Inc. have now confirmed it was the real CM Punk under the mask, pointing out the hooded man had the same top on as Punk had been pictured wearing earlier in the day in the same city, and that Punk had waited in his car outside the venue before making his appearance and left immediately afterwards. Apparently the original plan was for Punk to take the mask off after he had hit the GTS, TBS, but that obviously didn't happen. And this allegedly isn't the first time Punk has appeared at an independent wrestling show cosplaying as multi-time WWE champion Vacant. With Fightful reporting, he had previously appeared as Kikotaro's nameless manager at Freelance Wrestling's December 2015 show Raw Power, and Barstool Sports' Robbie Fox adding, "This isn't the first time Punk has done this for what it's worth. He's appeared at indie shows as a masked character for years now." Pondering face emoji! It doesn't happen on a regular basis, but it's happened like 3 or 4 times since 2015, I believe. Some of it was filmed for Wrestling Road Diaries 3, but I believe Colt and Punk had their fallout before that was released and it got cut. The fallout referred to is the ongoing lawsuit between Punk and his former best friend Colt Cabana over Colt's claims Punk said he'd cover Cabana's legal fees for their defamation case brought against them by WWE Dr. Chris Amann. Despite Cabana and Punk winning that, Colt's legal fees reportedly remain in dispute. Wait a second. I think I can finally say it and mean it. Start the drum roll. Come on! It's getting there! I'm gonna say it! CM Punk Wrestling Return confirmed. What are the worst WWE names ever? Find out what's even worse than the Viking experience by clicking the video on the right, and order your copy of the WrestleTalk magazine's brand new issue by clicking the link just below that. I've been Ollie Davis, and that was wrestling.